Hello, my name is Jason Westlake. I'm the coach's coach. This video is for all of you life coaches who are starting out in your business, or for coaches, consultants who may already have a business running. But the idea is that you're trying to double your profits, attract more clients, and create a thriving coaching business. Now, a lot of you would want to know, well, how do I do that? What are the steps that I need to take to build a thriving practice? Let me tell you that if you want to double the results that you're getting in a dramatic way, you want your results to be dramatically different than what they are right now, it's going to take a whole lot more than just knowing how to do something. Let me give you an example. If you've ever watched the movie Napoleon Dynamite and you've heard of a character called Kip, and there's this one line where Kip says, "Besides, we both know that I'm training to be a cage fighter," or something like that. And then you bust out loud laughing. Because here's this guy, he's probably doesn't weigh more than 130 pounds. He has no confidence. He doesn't believe in himself. He's the most submissive guy in the world. And you know that if you tried to teach him cage fighting and gave him all the steps of how to, and you even had him practicing it and doing it, that it wasn't going to work for him no matter what he did. No matter how much steps you gave him, it just wasn't going to work. Now, in the same way, there's a lot of coaches out there that maybe they haven't had experience in a business before. They haven't had much experience selling. Maybe you don't know that you can do it. You have thoughts, oh my gosh, I don't know I can do it. You have fear, you have doubt, you have worry. You haven't been consistent in your actions to build a business, to get clients. You're not doing the steps right now. So even if I gave you all the steps and tried to show you how to do it, and you were trying to do it, for a lot of people, it still wouldn't work for them. And you need to actually transform a whole lot more than just what you're doing. With Kip, it would require a transformation in his whole being. He'd have to learn how to be confident. He'd have to learn how to be assertive. He'd have to change his whole emotional state and how he thinks about who he is. And that's the same thing with results. If you're trying to produce results or an outcome that are dramatically different than what you've had, you have to change your whole being. You have to transform your thoughts. You have to transform your emotions. You have to transform your physiology, all three of those things. So how do you do that? How do you transform from going from like a Steve Urkel to a Stefan Urkel? Because there's no formula for that. There's no formula, step by step of how do you do this and go to there. And the key is that's the main thing. To get the results that you want isn't about learning how to do something. It's about transforming who you are. Because once Kip learns how to be a different person, then he'll probably be able to do whatever he wants. And that's the same thing with you too. Once you transform who you are as a person, as a coach, it doesn't matter what you do or how you do it, you're going to be successful because that will be the type of person that you are. The steps from changing from going to Steve Urkel to Stefan Urkel in your business, and by the way, again, that's going to be the thing that will make the most dramatic difference in the results in your business and in all other aspects of your life. The way that you do that is by transforming three things: your thoughts, your emotions, and your physiology. Because all these things, these manners of being, is nothing more than a pattern in your life. You have a pattern, a certain way of thinking about yourself, a pattern, a certain way of thinking about business, about sales, about whether you can earn money, and a way of feeling too. That's the second thing. A pattern of feeling, of emotion that you have, and your emotions drive the results that you get. You have a pattern of emotion, of feeling a certain way, of feeling fear, of feeling doubt, or maybe you're a person who feels happy, or whatever it is, how you feel. There's a certain pattern that you feel over and over and over again, and a pattern of physiology, of actions that you're taking, of how your body is. All three of those things you have to change. You have a pattern of how you wake up in the morning, of what you do on a day-to-day action, what actions you take. And if you're going to transform who you are, you have to transform those patterns. Because you have one pattern of way of being, but to have a different pattern of way of being, it's just a pattern. There's a pattern of successful people too, pattern of being happy, of believing in yourself, having the emotions of faith and courage and belief and confidence. They're just patterns. They're not set in stone. They're not in stone. It's just a pattern. And like all patterns that you reinforce consistently, it can become a habit. It can become who you are. Just like playing the piano. It's just a pattern. You just have your fingers, and they've just learned, your muscles have learned the right steps and the right ways of doing things, or just playing football, or any other thing that you learn. It's just a pattern, a way of doing things. And so to change from Steve Urkel to Stefan Urkel, there's really a couple of steps in doing that. First of all, you have to let go of the old patterns. You have to stop being like Steve Urkel. Like if you're learning how to play the piano, and you're learning how to do it wrong, you have to unlearn how you've been doing it. That's the first step. And then once you've unlearned that old pattern, then you can write in a new pattern and learn a different way of playing the piano. So you have to unlearn your thoughts and your feelings, the feelings of doubt, the feelings of fear. You have to learn how to transform them, to stop feeling that way, to let those go away, those old patterns of, oh, I can't do it, or, I'm not good enough, or whatever else it is. You have to learn how to stop feeling that way, stop thinking that way, and stop acting in the ways that don't serve you, and learn how to create a new pattern. And again, you just practice it day by day, moment by moment, unlearning the old way, learning the new way. And there's a lot more to it than that. But if you want to learn more about how to do that, I do have more information on my website at jasonwestlake.com. But these are the basic steps. And there's a whole lot more to it. Thank you for listening. I hope you've enjoyed this talk.